जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीरा बनचारी। जमुना तीरा बनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरवर धारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरवर धारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। जमुना तीरा बनचारी। जमुना तीरा बनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। श्री श्री राधा कालाचांद जी की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। So before starting the class, so I would like to share one experience with this Jai Radha Madhav. One time I'm sorry, I have little bad breath. Means like I have problem in breathing. So one time we went to the inauguration of Radha Gopijan Vallabh in Detroit. So my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was there, and he inaugurated that ceremony. So when he was singing this Jai Radha Madhav for a disciple meeting, we were there for disciple meeting with him. So he stopped this Jai Radha Madhav in the middle. I never heard that somebody is singing Jai Radha Madhav and they stop in the middle and say something. So when he said Jai Gopi Jan Vallabha Giravardhari, he stopped. And we were like, what happened? So since the name of the deity is Shri Radha Gopijan Vallabh, so Maharaj said, this Radha Gopijan Vallabh is the door for a spiritual world. Serve them nicely. So when I was singing this, that whole moment I was remembering about, and since we are in the starting beginning of 10th canto, so this song is like much more live. Like we are talking about Krishna. I'm sorry. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you, and especially I am seeking blessing to my senior Vaishnava Mataji, Prabhuji, Mataji, all of you, that please bless me so that I can speak. Although I am not qualified to sit here and speak in front of you, but I'll take it as a service to Shri Radha Kalachandji and Srila Prabhupada and try to speak whatever I have heard. And please correct me if I'm saying something wrong, and if I'm like away, whatever, like Prabhupada says, if I'm saying something different from him, please stop me and give your blessings. So today we are starting Canto 10, Chapter 2, and we are going to discuss verse number 1 to 5. So before starting this, when I was like chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I was remembering one pastime. If you all give me permission, I would like to share that. So, everyone is aware of Indra Prabhu, right? Everybody knows Indra Prabhu. So, he served Krishna Balram temple 24 hours Kirtan. So, one time, what happened, one mystic sadhu came, because every time we hear that what is this holy name, he's a name or he's a person, he's a personified. So that is his experience. He explained it to some of his close associates. that one time when mystic sadhu came to Krishna Balaram temple on the gate, he was like showing all his mystic feats. And Indra Prabhu happened to be there. And he said, why you are trying to impress other in front of Krishna's home? Who is the greatest mystic? So he got offended. That sadhu, that mystic yogi, he got offended. And when Indra Prabhu went to his room, he felt as if his whole body is paralyzed. He fell on the ground and he was not able to move his body, not even his tongue. Because we all know that when we are in some calamity, some problem, we should chant holy name. But he was in a state that he was not able to even chant. And there was no one who could chant for him. So it seemed that that mystic person sent a spell on Indra Prabhu. Since everybody knows he was a pure devotee, and when you have done pure devotion to Krishna, Krishna never sees that in which situation you are in, are you able to chant or are you able to do something or not. So he was lying, he was looking up, he saw a person came down from the top. He was, descending from the top. And he chanted for him. And that person happened to be Harinam Prabhu. Then he declared, this Harinam is not only the vibration of holy name, it's a person. It is a personified. And he also mentioned that he does not need us. We need him. He came to me just to save me. So when I was chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I was praying that one day, like Harinam Prabhu could also show me a mercy that I could also chant at least to the stage of Namabhas, if not Shuddhanam. So let's come to 10th canto. So 10th canto comes after 9th canto. It's long time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have, like Parikshit Maharaj has already passed 4 days and he had only 7 days. So he was in anxiety. What to do? Like Shukdev Goswami just keep talking about, all the devotees of Lord, or all the kings, everybody, Suryavansh, Chandravansh, everybody, he was like explained it very nicely. But now he is anxious that 4 days has already passed. I have only 3 days. And the Lord of my heart, just because of Krishna, he got this name Parikshit. Because everywhere he was looking for Krishna. Everybody, whoever he was going, he was asking about Krishna, how Krishna looked like, and what was his nature, how was his, means he used to ask about him, inquire about him. Just because of that, he got this name Parikshit. But he is not yet satisfied by hearing 9 cantos of Bhagavatam. 4 days. So he is in anxiety. He's saying, Shukdev Goswami, he was thinking in mind, if I would not interrupt him, then maybe out of flow, out of ecstasy, out of that flow of katha, he would start, saying more about this Chandravansh. And since he has passed the pastime of Lord Ram so quickly that, I don't know, he would get time to say Krishna Katha for more elaborately. He wanted to hear about Krishna more elaborately. So he interrupted him and he prayed that you have elaborately explained about Chandravansh and Suryavansh. In Bhagavatam it is mentioned that first Shukdev Goswami mentioned about Suryavansh and then Chandravansh. But Parikshit Maharaj first said, you have already explained about Chandravansh and Suryavansh. Why so? Have you thought about it? So I was hearing a lecture of His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj. He was saying that we always say about the things first we are most impressed of. Like this Chandravansh is more glorious than Suryavansh. How? Because Lord Ramchandra came into that dynasty. So he was more impressed with Chandravansh. So he said, you have already explained about Chandravansh and Suryavansh. Now please explain to me about Krishna Leela elaborately. I want to hear about him. And this is the qualification, eagerness to hear about Krishna. It's not like he is not relishing Bhagavatam 1 to 9. He was relishing, and we all were hearing and relishing about different devotee, we were all amazed about 5th canto. We were all like amazed about the Katha of Sudumna, how he was like, he was Ila and all these things. Sagar Maharaj, how he survived with poison. So he was also like that. But in his heart, the Lord of his heart, who saved him in the womb of his mother, he wanted to know, please tell me about him. Then Parikshit Maharaj started, Shukdev Goswami started telling about Krishna. And he started the story with the wedding of Vasudev, Devaki, and how Kansa was enthusiastic to carry Devaki. And since Kansa was very, it seems like when I read Krishna book first, I thought that Kansa is an ordinary person like us. He is a person. He's not a demon. But how Prabhupada explained it about him, it looked like very demonic and powerful. But I never imagined that how powerful he could be. So anyways, we would discuss about it. So he was carrying Devaki, and that Akashvani happened. Devvani is a demigod started saying about Devaki's 8th son, and he got scared. And out of panic, he wanted to kill Devaki. And it is mentioned that how intelligent he was. He knew that out of all this pomp and show, he knew that where exactly Devaki is sitting, where Vasudeva is sitting, where is my sword. And he just, rightly, at the right moment, he took that sword and caught the hold of Devaki, and he was about to chop her head off. So this is the, awareness. It's not like he's sleepy, sleephead, or he's like not aware what is going on. He's just, out of ecstasy, he's carrying his sister. He is aware of each and every moment what he is living into. Then, and Vasudev, he's not like, oh, I'm getting married, my wife is sitting next to me, I'm feeling so happy. He was very alert. This is very important quality. Sometimes we become so happy that we lost our attentiveness. That's everything is going on so well that we are not attentive what is going on. This is mind. And on mind, we would heard in 11th canto about Avanti Brahmana's prayer. In that chapter, that this is the mind which makes us divert here and there. And mind needs to be controlled. Nobody can make us suffer. Nobody can do something to us. Only this mind who is playing game with us. So this is the 11th canto. So his mind was very focused and attentive. So everything was happened. Vasudev tried to give him so many arguments about you should not kill your sister, this will happen, you would go to hell, and this and that. He was not agreed. And then he told him, since he was truthful, Vasudev, he was truthful to his word. He said, she is newlywed. She is your sister. She is woman. Why you are, spoiling your glory? And we would talk about his glory little later, when these words would come. How much glory is this King Kansa was? I'm saying king now because he put Ugra down in the prison, and he became king. So, so Vasudev promised him that he is going to bring all his children, because he has a danger from his children. So he is going to bring all his children and he can kill them. And Kansa agreed. And he set them free. Means they were there. So, so now Vasudev is in Mathura, and Kansa killed his sixth son, and everybody is like try to run here and there because they got scared of Kansa, his atrocity and everything. And when one thing to be noticed, when this is happening, Jarasandh helped him. And you would see in the later chapter of Bhagavatam how Jarasandh is like putting so many bad name to Krishna. Also in Mahabharata we see, everywhere we see all these demonic king. Even though they see that their friends are doing something bad to other person, they don't interrupt them, they don't interfere. But other righteous person, if by chance they are doing something, which is against the religious principle, they point out, as if they know all the religious dharma. This is seen, right? Now let's see. Let's start the verse. So, text 1 to 2, translation. Shukdev Goswami said, under the protection of Magad Raj, and this Jarasandh Magad Raj is Magad Raj. He is the king of Magad. The powerful Kansa began prosecuting the kings of Yadu dynasty. In this, he had the cooperation of demons like Pralambha, Baka, Chanura, Trinavarta, Aghasur, Mushtik, Arishtha, Divida, Putna, Keshi, Dhenuka, Banasur, Narkasur, many other demonic kings on the surface of earth. Let's read purport. In this verse, support the following statement given by Lord in Bhagavad Gita 4.7 to 8. Yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavti bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Actually, when I came to ISKCON, I was like mentioning that I read Krishna book, and I never knew that how powerful this Kansa could be before reading it from Garga Samhita. When I read in Garga Samhita, I found out he was so powerful. Like Kuvallapit, we all know about Kuvallapit pastime, that he was having the power of 10,000 elephant, and he was like mad elephant. Even when they give him liquor, he become mad, and in that state he become more powerful. So that time when Jarasandh was having Kuvallapit, and he was having his camp near Yamuna somewhere, that Kuvallapit crossed Yamuna and went to the camp of this Kansa. And Kansa single-handedly punched him and threw him to the camp of Jarasandh. Can we imagine the power of Kansa? I was so amazed. And then I came to know that his mother, because of the association with the demon, he got Kansa. And that's why he got this demonic power. Because his mother Padmavati, when she went to her father's place, she was roaming on the rooftop, and then demon got attractive, and he took the guise of her husband and associated with her, and this child was born, and he was so demonic. Similarly, Aghasur, how ferocious is Aghasur? He devoured all the Gopsakhas. He was so poisonous. King Kansa single-handedly defeated him. Bakasur, he devoured Kansa. But Kansa opened his mouth and came out and defeated him. And who is Baki? Who is Baki, Govinda? Putna. Baki is a sister of Bakasur. Putna wanted to fight with Kansa. But what Kansa said? Now Bakasur has become my brother. Now since he is my brother, you are his sister, you should become my sister. Don't fight with me. You are a woman, I don't fight with women. See, he made Putana his sister. She ate all the kids, newborn kids. She was such a demoness. Everybody was scared of her, and she became sister of Kansa. How powerful he was. Divida. He took the fighting against Lord Balram. How powerful he was. Like he started throwing things on Balram. But he got defeated by by Kansa. So all these demons, they came under the control of Kansa. And now Krishna is coming to kill Kansa. This is an external reason of coming Krishna, but internal is always to give pleasure to his devotee, to fulfill the desire of all those Dandkaranya forest rishis who wanted to marry Lord Ram. They always were longing to marry Ram, so Ram promised them that I would come as Lord Krishna, and then you can come as a gopi and marry me. Means like have a pastime and become my gopis. So many, wherever he went, he went to guhas. There, all these guha striyas, all these guha women, they wanted to marry Ram. But he said, I have one patni vrat, one wife man. I'm a man of one wife. So I cannot handle all of you. I will not marry all of you. You come. I will marry you when I will come as a Krishna. All these Shruti means Vedas have a Shruti. So they wanted to marry Krishna. They came as gopi, Shruti Chari gopis. All these medicines, all these Ayurvedic medicines, they wanted to marry Ram. Krishna, they came as a wife of gopis of Krishna. So to fulfill that desire, that was the internal reason of Krishna to come. To fulfill the desire of all those devotees who were longing for him for so many years, billions of years, millions of years. To fulfill that desire, Krishna came. And again, Kansa was supposed to be killed. So, with the help of Jarasandh, see, they mention Jarasandh because Jarasandh is going to be a criticizer at the end. He is going to criticize Krishna. And now Vyasdev is mentioning that with the help of Jarasandh, he and other demon, he chased other kings away. Yeah. So we were reading in purport that whenever it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, whenever or wherever there is a decline in religious principle or descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself to deliver the pious, to annihilate the miscreant, as well as to re-establish the principle of religion. I advent myself millennium after millennium. The Lord's purpose in maintaining this material world is to give everyone a chance to go back home, back to Godhead. But kings and political leader unfortunately try to hinder the purpose of Lord. That's what Kansa was doing. And who helped Kansa to expedite it? Who was Devaki? Who was Devaki? Sister. Would a brother like to kill sister? No. No brother would like to kill sister, right? Even though something happens, he would have a soft heart. He refused to kill her son. But all devtas, all demigod, they were thinking, they were agitated. If this would happen, then he would get pious karma, pious credit. And his life will be much longer. And it will be very bad for all of us. Krishna should come quickly. Then Narad Muni went to Kansa and he explained that all these demigods, they have already appeared as Yadus. Now you should not save any of the kid. You don't know that they have this perverted idea of reading, because we have, backward counting and forward counting. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 8, 7. It could be first first child as well. So you should kill. So so this is what was happening. So he tried to hamper, but Krishna was needed to come. And therefore the Lord appears, and either personally or with his plenary portion, to set things right. It is therefore said, Garbham sanchari rohinyam devakya yog mayaya tasyaha kukshim gataha krishno devityo vibhudihi stuti. Krishna appeared in the womb of Devaki after transferring Baldev to the womb of Rohini by the power of Yog Maya. Yadubhi sa Vyarudhyata. The king of Yadu dynasty were all devotee, but there were many powerful demons such as Shalva who began to prosecute them. At that time, Jarasandh, who was Kansa's father-in-law, was extremely powerful, and therefore Kamsa took advantage of his protection. It's not like that Kamsa needed his protection. It's like, if he could defeat all the demons, why could not he defeat all the Yadus? But these Yadus were really very powerful. They were not ordinary. So demon naturally appeared more powerful than demigod, but ultimately because of help received from Supreme Personality of Godhead, demons were defeated and demigod triumphed. So we all know about it, that where is presence of Lord, there is a victory, always, ultimately. If not presently, but ultimately there is a victory. Because we don't know about the plan of Krishna, what is going on, everything seems to us going in the different direction what we want, because we don't have that power to perceive things through the prospect of Krishna, because Krishna has his wider view. He can see in every situation what is going on, what will happen in our life, but we have very limited perception. We conceive things only through our limited senses, but it is not in the case of Krishna. So that's why we always think, oh, why this is all these things are happening to us. But at the end, because if we see with so many years experience, we see whatever happened, it is a blessing. It came as a blessing. Translation, second, text 3. Persecuted by demonic king, the Yadavas left their own kingdom. Entered various others, like those of Kurus, Panchals, Kekais, Shalvas, Vidharvas, Nishadas, Vedas, and Kaushalas. So they ran here and there, some of the Yadavas, not all of them. We will see in text 4 and 5. So let's read text 5, because I need to focus on text 5. Excuse me. Saptamo Vaishnavam Dhama Yamanantam Prachakshate Garbho Bhabuva Devakya Harsha Shoka Vivardhanaha Saptamo Vaishnavam Dhama Yamanantam Prachakshate Garbho Bhabuva Devakya Harsha Shoka Vivardhanaha Saptamo Vaishnavam Dhama Yamanantam Prachakshate Garbho Babhuva Devakya Harsha Shoka Vivardhana. Anybody would like to recite? Saptamo Vaishnavam Dhamam Yamanantam Prachakshate Garbho Babhuva Devakyam Harsha Shoka Vivardhana. Nananvita? Saptamo Vaishnavam Dhama Yamanantam Prachakshate Garbho Babhuva Devakya Harsha Shoka Vivardhana. Jashna? Saptamo Vaishnavam Dhama Yamanantam Prachakshate Garbho Babhuva Devakya Harsha Shoka Vivardhana. Saptamo Vaishnavam Dhama Yamanantam Prachakshate Garbho Babhuva Devakya Harsha Shoka Vivardhana. Saptamo Vaishnavam Dhama Yamanantam Prachakshate Garbho Babhuva Devakya Harsha Shoka Vivardhana. Anybody else? Saptamo Vaishnavo Dhama Yamanantam Prachakshate Garbho Babhuva Devakyam Harsha Shoka Vivardhana. Okay, translation. Some of their relatives, let's do word to word. AK, some of them, tam unto Kamsa, Anurandhanaha, exactly following his policy. Jantaha, relatives. Paryupasate, begin to agree with him. Heteshu, this is Hateshu, having been killed. Shatshu, 6. Baleshu, children. Devakya, born of Devaki. Agruseninaha, by the son of Ugrasen, Kansa. So Kansa was a son of Ugrasen, but Vasudev was a son of Shursen, who was a son of Devmeed. Saptamaha, the 7th. Vaishnavam, of the Lord Vishnu. Dham, a plenary expansion. Yam, unto whom. Anantam, by the name of Anant. Prachakshate, is celebrated. Garbha, embryo. Babhuvaha, there was. Devakya, of Devaki. Harsha Shoka Vivardhanaha, simultaneously arousing pleasure and lamentation. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Some of their relatives, however, began to follow Kansa's principle and act in his service. After Kansa, the son of Ugrasen, killed 6 sons of Devaki, a plenary portion of Krishna entered her womb as her seventh child, arousing her pleasure and her lamentation. That plenary portion is celebrated by great sages as Ananta, who belongs to Krishna's second quadruple expansion. If we eliminate the purport for just 1 minute, let's suppose this purport is not there in our life. Just by reading this translation, are we clear that what Vyasadeva is wanting to say? That some of their relative, however, because it's like, for me, it's like without purport, it's very, bewildering that how it happened. However, began to follow Krishna's principle and act in his service. Can we say something on this without reading purport? Means we all know that we heard Srila Prabhupada, many of his disciples, so many times. But for new person, is it like does it make sense that it could be like a plan of these devotees to stay back in Mathura? No, we cannot. That is the reason this Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, when Prabhupada gave the purport, beautiful purport, only after that it is clear to us that why they stayed, why it has happened. He decoded all these things. And that is the reason he said that I did not write it by myself. Krishna dictated it to me. This is glory of Srila Prabhupada. We can never be tired of glorifying Srila Prabhupada. In every way, whatever he has done for us, we should always remember. Means all of you are very senior, but I'm talking about myself. Like, I should always remember that what Srila Prabhupada has done for me, for all of us. By clarifying all these doubts in these scriptures, which could create the confusion in our mind without reading the purport. Now let's see what Prabhupada says. Some of the chief devotees, such as Akrura, stayed with Kamsa to satisfy him. Is it possible? Is it any time possible that Akrura is a pure devotee of Krishna? Can it be possible that Akrura would be satisfying Kansa? There might be some plan, right? Because I was hearing one lecture, because all these devotees, they took up this position voluntarily. It was not their karma. They took up this position voluntarily, suffering position, I should say suffering position voluntarily. They could have fled away in some other kingdom, they could have taken the shelter of some other king and could have enjoyed very nicely. Would be sleeping on the bed and like very nicely eating and happily surviving all those years, waiting for Krishna to kill Kamsa. But Devaki, Vasudev, Akrura and many others, they took it very voluntarily, just to please Krishna, just to expedite his coming and to serve his pastimes. And also they knew in their heart that they are going to see Krishna. If they are not there, how can they see all these things happening? So this they did for various purposes. See, various purposes. They all expected the Supreme Personality of Godhead to appear as 8th child as soon as Devaki's other children were killed by Kamsa. And they were eagerly waiting for his appearance. Their main idea was waiting for the Lord. How fortunate they were. Although they were suffering, we are also suffering, but not like them, because they were among the demons. We have demons inside. But now, in their life, Krishna is going to come. We cannot imagine the excitement they would be having. That after some years, few years, They would see Krishna in their life. They were eagerly awaiting for his appearance by remaining in Kansa's association. What was their sacrifice? Kansa's association. They took up that association which was abominable, just for the association of Krishna. And they took it up voluntarily. It's not like somebody forced him. So, by remaining in Kansa's association, they would be able to see Supreme Lord take birth and display his childhood past. And they were hoping that Krishna would come and he would display his, they did not know the name, but the Supreme Lord would come and he will play as a child and we would enjoy this and that. But nobody knew that what will happen when Krishna would appear. And Akrura would later go to Vrindavan to bring Krishna and Balram to Mathura. And Akrura became instrumental in that sense as well. Although he came into the bad books of gopis. I heard somewhere that they did not make their that way where Akrura took Krishna from Vrindavan to Mathura. They were so upset with Akrura. I don't remember now. I don't know now. They must have constructed something. But I heard many years before. I don't know. So Akrura would later go to Vrindavan to bring Krishna and Balram to Mathura. The word prayupasate is significant because it indicates that some devotee wanted to stay near Kamsa in order to see all these pastimes. They have that lobha, that greed. They took it while suffering. They were having that greed while suffering. The 6 children killed by Kansa had formerly been the son of Marichi. But because having been cursed by Brahmana, they were obliged to take birth as a grandson of Hiranyakashipu. I think we must have discussed it in class, that who were these 6 sons. Kansa had taken birth as Kalnemi, and now he was obliged to kill his own sons. We all know the story of all these 6 sons of Marichi. That one time Brahma got attracted to his daughter, and they laughed, and they got so cursed that you will be killed by your father. Then they got birth as a son of Kalnemi, who was the son of Hiranyakashipu. There were 6 sons of Kalnemi. Kalnemi was a brother of Prahlad. So they went to do austerity to please Brahma. And without the knowledge of Hiranyakashipu, when they got benediction, they came, and when Hiranyakashipu came to know that they went to do tapasya and please Lord Brahma, he was very upset. He said, I am God, I am the controller, why you are going out? He became so arrogant. Then he cursed them that you will be killed by your father. Then this Kalnemi became Kansa, and this 6th son of Kalnemi, who were son of Marichi originally, who is the son of Brahma, they came as a son of Devaki. And they were killed by Kansa. So all these is instrumented by Lord. So this is not something like he has done something new. This was going to happen. This was meant to be happened. So now he was obliged to kill his own son. This was a mystery. As soon as the son of Devaki were killed, they would return to their original place. The devotees wanted to see this also. And we can imagine the knowledge of these devotees. That means they were aware that who all these 6 sons are. When I was reading Mahabharata, I was amazed that Bhishma Pitama, he kept the track of Amba. Amba was the one who became Shikhandi, right? He kept the track of Amba. Because Amba went and she got upset whom did she meet, what benediction she got, what body she got, and what happened to Shikhandi. He kept each and every track. These people were very powerful. Can we keep all these things? We don't have that power. So they knew. So they wanted to see also. Generally speaking, no one kills his own nephew. But Kansa was so cruel that he did so without hesitation, because this was meant to be done. Ananta Sankarshan belongs to second Chaturvyuha, a quadruple expansion. This is the opinion of experienced commentator. So there's one thing, I was hearing one lecture that why did Kamsa put Vasudev and Devaki together? This is a question. Before you asking me, I'm asking you guys. So what could be your answer? If he knew that the association of Devaki and Vasudev can give him a death personified son would come. So what was the need to put Devaki and Vasudev to put together in one place? Would you like to say something, any of you? Yes, Mataji. Do we have mic?
It was all the arrangement of the Supreme Lord, because it was destined that, from what you just described, that he was Kalamini in his previous birth. So it was all destined that he would be Kamsa, destined to kill the sun goddess. It was all destined by the Supreme Lord, that it's like a drama. Everything came together perfectly, so that everything could be executed to hurry up the appearance of the Supreme Lord, to fulfill the destiny that he would kill Kamsa.
Actually, I was hearing one lecture of Radha Govind. Thank you so much, Mataji. So he was mentioning that since Kansa was very powerful, so when demons are there, when devotees are powerful, they always are taught to be humble. It is an educational part of devotees that you have to be humble, even though you are in administrative position or you are so powerful, in so powerful position, this and that. But demons are never taught this way. He was very proud. And his proud was in such a way that when he heard this, what it is called? Akashvani, but I don't know what to say in English. Prophecy of the demigods. So when he heard this, he thought, let me challenge the one who is going to come. I will see him. The proud he had, just because of his proud. So he wanted to challenge that person. And that's what he did. He had been doing. He sent all his demons, they were killed, and this and that happened, all this. And finally he brought this Shal, Mushal, all Toshal, everybody, Charnur, Mustik, and he let them fight with Krishna, and then he also attacked Krishna. So just because of this proud, he kept them together. So with this, we would end our class. But one more thing I want to mention, it just came into my mind, that it is mentioned that Krishna always protects us. Krishna is there to protect us. And how we can see Krishna in our life, that who is helping us against this demon Kansa. The Kansa is not present outside, but Kansa is there inside our heart. Like yesterday I was hearing His Holiness Radhanath Swami, he was mentioning that whatever we do, whatever bad karma we are doing to others, that will come to us. regardless, they are our children. Can we imagine how sometimes, means I'm saying for myself, how badly sometimes we treat them, we get very upset with them. Even with husband, wife, it is said that it is like liberal. This is not the case. He was mentioning that whatever bad you would do to others, that will come to you, whether it is your husband, wife, children, or anybody else. So this karma will happen. This will come. So I just wanted to mention this, and also that by taking this, the shelter of this Bhagavatam, which is nicely spoken by, means this Bhagavatam is Krishna himself. It's not spoken. This is Krishna himself, which is given to Uddhava when he was distressed, because Krishna was about to leave. So by taking the shelter of this Bhagavatam, we can save ourselves by this kansa, by all these bad qualities, whatever is there inside us. At least we can, by hearing in the association of devotee, by hearing Bhagavatam, by reading Bhagavatam, we can like try to fight against our bad karmas, bad qualities. And there is a confirmation that how important this Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita is, how authentic this Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita is. In Prabhupada's early disciple, there was one disciple of Prabhupada, Haigreva Prabhu. When Prabhupada took his disciple to Anand Ashram, which was Dr. Mishra's ashram. So Haigreva Prabhu was sleeping outside, and then he saw one dream. And in that dream, he saw Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, the message of Bhagavad Gita. And again, he saw totally different dream. He saw in place of Krishna, Srila Prabhupada is sitting, and in place of Arjuna, Haigreva Prabhu is sitting. The same message Prabhupada is giving to a Haigreva Prabhu. And then he went to Srila Prabhupada. He said, Prabhupada, I saw this as a dream. And Prabhupada said, you understood. You understood the reality. It could be anything. We can interpret it in every way. But the reality is Prabhupada, whatever Prabhupada has given us, it's authentic. It's authentic. And it's authentic. It's very, very powerful. And it is going to help us. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So is there any comment and area of improvement? Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I have a question. While the prophecy was being said, like the Akashvani was happening, I have a question. Why did Kamsa believe that it was true?
Because those were demigods. Demigod would not say something which is frivolous. And in our life, we cannot imagine a demigod is saying something. But in that life, it used to happen. They used to see, demigod used to come. And you have heard that Narad Muni himself came to Kansa. So that means they had that kind of association with demigod, all these rishis. So they knew the reality, what is going on.
Then why did he just not accept that he would be killed by the eighth son and not challenge?
Actually, Acharya knows better than myself. First of all, he was not a devotee. And he was very proud. So when a person is very proudful, he can never accept what is going to come in his life. He wants to challenge each and every situation. But let's see what other has. If anybody else has a comment, please go ahead.
A lot of us work for demons. I personally work for the NFL, the football league, National Football League, and my job is to put on halftime shows for football games that promote meat eating and gambling, of course, gambling on the game. And then every single outlet inside the stadium is meat and beer. And the cheerleaders aren't dressed properly. And the whole thing is all forgetfulness of Krishna and involved in cowboy games, football games. And all the devotees, most of the devotees are engineers. They all work for these IT companies that also try to get people to forget Krishna. So it seems like kind of like it's like a career work for Kamsa, and it said that all these devotees were still working for Kamsa, and it seems like we're all working for Kamsa too. In his own, his present day incarnations. So are we also guilty like that? Like we're all working for the demons?
It is already mentioned in the purport that Akrura was working for Kansa. But what was the reason behind his working for Kansa? Because he wanted to see the pastime of Krishna. Because we have to survive in this material world. Not every time we get a genuine job and this and that. And it's not possible to leave everything and come to the temple and live on the temple's thing. We have to survive our own expenses. So in that case, we have to take up some job which looks like we are following demons. We are working under demons, but I don't think so. There is any problem until and unless we are doing something harm to others. So if anybody else has any comment on this. Yeah.
Hi Krishna, Ishwari Kumari. Thank you for a very nice class. So this point about, the 6 sons laughing when Brahma was having trouble, we see in various examples that someone laughed and someone got offended. We have a natural tendency to laugh.
Because we are in Kali Yuga. We don't suffer consequence, at that moment, but they suffer. They have to suffer.
Also, you're saying we don't suffer consequences of laughing?
It's not like immediately. It will add on. They are at the position where everything is seen by everyone. They are at the higher topmost level. Like I don't know how should I put it together. That we are in Kali Yuga and we are meant to be like that. I'm sorry, I did not let your question be finished. I just interrupted. What was your question?
No, I was thinking, is there some way we should try to tone our desire to laugh or be mindful or, this? Because it's repeated in the scriptures so many times, Chitraketu laughed and Sanatan Goswami was laughing and Sanatan Goswami, right?
Rupa Goswami.
Rupa Goswami was laughing. And
But he was laughing in meditation.
Yeah, no, but so this is completely not at fault. And again, Brahma was doing something wrong and his sons laughed what can you do?
Yeah,
that would be
you can't help it.
actually a sober reaction to something like this. And yet they were penalized so severely.
That means they were very strict. They were not supposed to laugh at their grandfather. Yes, Prabhuji.
In my understanding, it's a different realm. And as you go higher and higher in the upper planetary system, the culture, the protocols, the rules, they get more refined and refined and refined. Like Mother Ganga's story, how she descended, the similar pastime.
Yeah.
She was in Lord Brahma's Satyaloka, and she was in an assembly. And this king who was promoted from the earthly planet, it is said at one point of time the wind blew her garment, upper garment, and everybody else in the assembly, they just they put their head down. They didn't want to see, but the only person who was promoted from the earthly planet, he was attracted, and later on we know the story. He became Shantanu Maharaj and got married to Mother Ganga. So one understanding is that they have very refined rules. They're even small thing, like as you explained, higher the responsibility, higher the post, there is much more higher responsibility. And the other aspect is, even if there is something, so to say, bad happening to such elevated soul, it results into some pastimes.
Yes.
That they are pulled down into the pastimes of the Lord. I have a question. In the beginning, you narrated Ayendra Prabhu's.
1 minute. So I would put one more comment over it. I was about to say that our tendency of laughing at others, or making these mistakes, it's very natural because of the effect of Kali Yuga. We should not blame ourselves. Means be humble. For being humble, we have to blame ourselves. But it's a effect of this Kali Yuga that all these bad qualities are coming into this politics, through our personality. So this is natural. But in Kali Yuga itself, we have a shelter of Bhagavatam, which is very rare, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is very rare. So instead of thinking about what fault we have, what tendency we have, we should more and more go deeper into these scriptures, so that we can think about positive more than negatives. So that positive can overtake our life, and we can become purified. Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Oh, one quick comment. You mentioned about Prabhupada's purport, right?
Yes.
So I think we all have heard this. So one, I don't remember who, but one of Prabhupada's disciples, when he heard that Krishna dictated, and Rameshwar. Okay, so then he asked, probably, he misunderstood. He said, I think, is it that Krishna revealed to you, he inspired you from within, something like that? And Prabhupada said, no, Krishna personally spoke and I wrote down.
That's what he used to say.
And one quick question,
Yes.
you narrated the story about Ayendra Prabhu. So then what happened after that? He was paralyzed?
No, the spell got broke. He got his senses back. So because, he could not chant, but holy name himself chanted for him. And he was telling this story to one of his, friend. We could say friend, associate, or whoever, like his associates.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji, were saying something?
Just on another note, in a prior purport, Prabhupada was mentioning, how in a sense it might seem ghastly, that Narada Muni would come and tell Kamsa to kill, because who knows who is the Supreme Lord. So in the prior purport, Prabhupada describes how a prior Muslim king, Aswatam, I forget, how he slaughtered his family members. And we know this history goes on and on with powerful kings, how they chop the heads off. So Prabhupada kind of mentioned that. Of course, this is transcendental pastimes, but he was stating that in the purport, that, we shouldn't be surprised about these things. Of course, this is all Krishna's arrangement, but nonetheless, he made that point, Prabhupada, in the prior purport.
Yeah, even Prabhupada approves that we should not worry about all these negative things. We should always worry about what positive we can do in our life. Thank you so much, Mataji. With this, Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhyascha, Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha, Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada.